What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about two different cryptos today. We're going to talk about Stellar Lumens and HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. We'll talk about XLM first, HBAR second. It is the 6th day of November, and here we are for Stellar Lumens at about 26.8 cents now, with 3 days and 5 hours left in this week. Okay, here we are. Let's look at the short-term stuff, and then we'll zoom out from there, okay? Looking at the 1 hour time frame, zooming way the hell in. Looking at this here, you're looking like the average crypto right now, where, you know, we had the, massive crash, massive dump overall, right? And we've seen some recovery. We broke out of our downtrend. There's hope. There's optimism. Everybody wants to buy up here. Now we're moving back down. There's despair. People are wondering, is there going to be more blood? Is this really not the end of this downtrend? Do we have lower to go? And I think this is a perfect moment, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, perfect moment to buy. I do believe this will be a higher low. I do believe we will recover, and I do believe that we will persist to higher prices. If we look at this from a low right here, the overall low right there to this discernible high, we tipped the golden ratio specifically. And the average crypto right now, they're doing this exact same thing. The whole damn market just found support at their golden ratio zone. Like, genuinely, the whole market did. So I'm expecting Stellar, one of the market leaders, to probably find support here as well and continue to move higher. That looks really good. 1 hour RSI, double bottom there. Stochastics are coming up higher. And the MACD, is kind of bearish, to be fair, but it's the 1 hour time frame, so it's less important. Who cares? Two positives, one negative. We don't really care. Double bottom, that's the positive. Stochastics pointed upwards, that's the positive. Okay, 4 hour time frame here. The RSI, let's just see here. We do have bullish divergence, yes. Yeah, there's not really much to go off of with the RSI. Really, the RSI overall is kind of bearish on the 4 hour time frame here. You did have a downtrend. You did phase out of that downtrend, and now you've turned into a sideways trend. Perhaps we turn that sideways trend into an upwards trend, right? The prospects are bullish, but the present moment is a little bit bearish. But in all fairness, again, you do have that bullish divergence, and you're getting a higher low in your RSI in correspondence with the higher low in the price and bouncing off the relative golden ratio zone. So that's nice to see. The MACD is at a perfect area to bounce. Typically, you do, whenever you're trending, you do expect to bounce like right around here. Let's just see, you know, like here you got close and then you bounced. Here you crossed a little bit and then you bounced, right? This is the zone, and you can go a little bit lower. The MACD can get closer to itself, but typically you do bounce in this area. And the stochastics bouncing off the 50, that's classic as well. So I am expecting that not only is this your low, that not only is this your low here, but that this is your higher low and that you are moving up higher. So being here right now at about 27 cents, by the time most of you watch this video, we should be at higher prices than 27 cents. Maybe 27.2 cents, maybe 29 cents. I don't know how high, but we should be higher. Looking at the daily time frame, the daily MACD is sad. It's very sad. Is there bullish divergence? No, not really. No, kind of, but no. The stochastics are looking good, looking like you're rounding out this bottom here with your orange line, looking like you want to move up. Actually, that's a good look. And the RSI, we do have higher lows here. No lower lows. I guess if we close the day here, you would have bullish divergence, but you don't need it. I am expecting, 4 hours, 53 minutes left in this day. I am expecting that we move up from here. I doubt that we, is this right? 4 hours, 53, we got 5. Does the day, I thought the day ended, what time is it? For some reason I thought, that would mean that the day ends 5 o'clock my time. I thought the day ended at 6 o'clock. Is that because of the time change? Yes, it is. Okay, so with the new time. Okay. Anyways, 27 cents. For anybody that's doing the math too, I live in mountain time. If you're trying to, for all the stalkers out there, so mountain time is my zone. Okay, 27. I'm the mountain man. All right, 27 cents right now. We probably do move up though. Right, we're at a low point here in the stochastic, the RSI, and the MACD overall. I just can't help but think that we do move up. If we're looking at this on a weekly time frame, high to low, 236 for support. Yeah, man, this is so common. Wow, I remember talking about this back here. I actually remember talking about the 236. We just thought it was crazy. We thought it didn't make any sense. You guys, when you rip, this is so powerful. Whenever you rip through the golden ratio, typically, let me start this over. Typically, you find resistance to the golden ratio. Okay. Whenever you're having your first interaction, which from a high to a low, this was your first interaction, you typically find resistance there, and then you move up. When you rip through the golden ratio, take this to the grave, man. This will help you about 70 to 90% of the time. You rip through the golden ratio and you hit the 786 or the 886, and it depends. If you hit the 786, you typically pull back to the 236 or the 382, somewhere in this area. If you hit the 886, you pull back to the 0.5 or the 382. And we said this back here, that was the one thing that I said that I didn't like about the fact that we just pumped all the way up to the 786, but it seemed so preposterous to pull back to 31 cents or 26 cents. It seemed like the market was really about to rally back here. We were thinking new all-time highs and everything. It's wild how this has played out. I got to remember that going forward, man, because this is something that we say all the time talking about the fibs. When you rip through the golden ratio, you hit the 786, 886 zone, you'll likely pull back to this zone or at least the 0.5382 zone. And you found support right there at the 236. It's perfect. So that's your low. I'm very convinced that's your low. You should be moving higher. When you do move higher, you might find turbulence here or there, but you're not going to find really any significant resistance, I don't think, until we see the 886 or higher. So until 55, 56 to 63 cents, something in this kind of zone here. You got 26 cents now. I wouldn't be surprised, XLM, if by the end of November, if you were either worth 55 to 64 cents, or if you broke out of this range entirely and you were above, you were at new relative highs for the cycle. I wouldn't be surprised by the end of November. Going into the end of the year, we should see higher prices. We are expecting new all-time highs, a breakout of this overall range that you've been in now for multiple cycles. That's what we're thinking for the end of the year here. And with that, we should see prices, should being the key word, from a high to a low, high to low here, we should see prices anywhere from about $1.54 to $2.50 by the end of the year. That's my expectation. And if it's not by the end of 2025, then perhaps very early 2026, like in January. But I do think that our next kind of significant consolidation phase will be, at prices that are around, if not likely above $2, between $2 and $2.50, sometime between December and January. That's my expectation for Stellar. Let's talk about HBAR. HBAR USD. Hedera was showing some life, wasn't it? It was actually showing some life back here, but it dumped down with the rest of the market, right? Here you are, though, still holding up well. You haven't broken down below this zone where a lot of cryptos have. You're looking to put in what would be, I think, a triple bottom, 1, 2, 3, triple bottom here, okay? Again, we're not counting the scam wick. This is fake. Doesn't exist price action. Good job for anybody who actually scooped things up here, but I think it's just the exchanges who scooped up prices at those levels. Hitting stop losses and liquidation zones and all that stuff. The RSI has transitioned from a downtrend into like a sideways trend. You know what comes next? An uptrend, typically. The stochastics look bearish. The MACD just crossed red on the daily, but that's okay. Whenever you're trending, again, sometimes you get these false crosses. So here, you're trending down. You had a false cross to the upside, and you kept going lower, right? That happens. Here, we're trending, let's see, where... Do we have an example of this? Well, sometimes whenever you trend higher, just like that, you do actually get a false cross to the downside. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a false cross to the downside. We have about 5 hours left in the day. It is possible that by the end of the day we come back up and we can close this day a little bit more neutral or even green. 5 hours left is more than enough time for this thing to pump 6%. Will it, though, is the question. One hour time frame here. Looking at this. Bullish divergence on the RSI. Look at that. You got double bullish divergence on your RSI right there. Higher low and a higher low, right? There's 2 higher lows. That's why it's double bullish divergence. 3 lows altogether, but double bullish divergence. Finding support at the oversold zone there. Stochastics look good. Let's be fair. Again, I say they look good. I do this all the time. They look bad. They're actually very bad being oversold. But the prospect here is that you come up. Your blue line and your orange line both come up together and get out of the oversold zone. You're right on the brink of looking good. So that's good, right? Just like the RSI. With this, in conjecture with this here, with the stochastics, I think you look good. Okay, you're at a point to bounce. And the MACD doesn't look good, but that's okay. It's the 1 hour. It doesn't matter as much. The 4 hour time frame here, you're finding support at your closing points. Your RSI, you are finding bullish divergence. We have 47 minutes left in this 4 hour candle. I think it'd be nice if you closed here or even a little bit lower. I actually do think it'd be nice because then you get a lower close on a 4 hour basis. But you get the higher lows, higher closes on a RSI basis here, which is giving you more bullish divergence to bounce off of. The stochastics are bearish here. That's not necessarily positive. To be fair, the stochastics would suggest that we do have a little bit lower to go. So HBAR people do be open-minded to potentially going a little bit lower, maybe to 16 cents, maybe to like 16.3 cents. We're at 16.4 cents. When I say a little bit lower, I mean that just a little bit. Maybe you get a true double bottom overall. And even if we go a little bit lower than this low, that's fine too. You can see a slightly lower low, that's fine. But you are showing signs of readiness to bounce. Just maybe go a little bit lower first, and that's okay. Weekly time frame here, zooming out a little bit. Looking at HBAR for what it's worth, it's very similar to stellar lumens, right? You're in this massive, massive accumulative phase here, okay? You broke out to the upside. This was a broadening bottom, wasn't it? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you went up. Right, that's perfect. 5 moves. Typically, that's what they have, right? It's 5 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you make your move. Typically, that's what happens. Or it could have been 5, and then you make your move down, right? That throws people off. Whenever I learned that at first, you hear 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you think, okay, well, this is 5. That means we're moving up. But this is your 5th move within the pattern. You can break out to the downside. That can be your 6th move. Your breakout move comes next. Anyways, just a little fun for you there. Sitting on top of this area, finding support here consistently over the past year has been good for you, I think. Very good for you. Moments of capitulation, moments of trying everybody's patience and faith. I do believe that you'll break out. And once we get to prices that are about 23 cents, 25 cents, once you get above there on a daily closing basis, you should be seeing some rapid recovery, some rapid movement to your all-time highs and beyond. I do believe that HBAR will see new all-time highs by the end of 2025. I do believe we'll see new all-time highs by the end of 2025. Here we are right now at about 16 cents. The projected area that I would think that we go to is somewhere around $1.20 to a $2 price, somewhere in that range by the end of the year. That's anything from a 7.5x to potentially about like a 12x move by the end of the year. If we're not above $1.80 by the end of the year, we'll be there in January. We'll be there going into 2026, and I do think we'll progress much further than that as the cycle progresses into 2026. I do think that we are in a bull cycle. I do think we're in a bull market, and I do believe that the cycle will end probably in April or May of 2026. So we're looking for anything from a $6.62 to a $9 price in that time, April, May there, right? You think that we've seen some fun stuff already. You think that we've seen finale finishes this cycle already, but no. The true finale is about to begin. We're about to get consistent building week after week, month after month. It's coming in now. It all starts here. So I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Take care of yourselves, all right? I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.